To inspect and maintain the brake system on your Indian Chief, follow these steps. With the aid of an assistant, position the motorcycle on level ground in the fully upright position. Starting at the front reservoir, position the handlebars straight ahead to ensure an accurate reading. Check the fluid level through the sight glass with a flashlight. The fluid level should be above the minimum indicator mark on the sight glass. Before adding fluid, wipe the area with a clean cloth. Then remove the two cover fasteners. Remove the cover and diaphragm. Do not allow brake fluid to contact painted surfaces, or paint damage may occur. Add fluid as needed. Do not overfill. Reinstall the diaphragm, cover, and fasteners. Torque the fasteners to specification. Clean any residual fluid off the vehicle to prevent paint damage. Next, lubricate the pivot pin and brake lever hinge point. Start by removing the bottom nut. Then remove the pivot pin. Clean off any old grease or dirt. Lubricate the pivot pin and brake lever hinge point with all-purpose grease. Reinstall the pivot pin fully. Then reinstall the nut and torque to specification. Clean any residual grease off the bike. Ensure proper operation of the brake lever. Next, move down to the caliper covers and remove the two acorn nuts on each side. Then remove the inside fastener from each cover and remove the covers from the motorcycle. Inspect the banjo bolts on the inside of the master cylinder for leaks. Follow the brake lines from the front junction block to the front brake calipers, looking for any leaks, kinks, or damage. Inspect the connections at the front brake calipers for leaks. Position an inspection mirror at the back side of the caliper to view the friction material. Replace when the thinnest point of the friction material has worn to the service limit indicator groove. Then inspect both front brake rotors for wear or damage and measure the thickness of each brake rotor at 4 or more locations. Replace any rotor that is damaged or worn to the minimum thickness at any point. Clean the rotors as recommended in your owner's manual to resolve minor squeaks from dirt or dust. Inspect the front ABS tone ring for damaged teeth and the wheel speed sensor for excessive debris. Reinstall the caliper cover and torque the nuts to specification. Then reinstall the cover fastener and torque to specification. Next, move to the rear fluid reservoir near the rear brake pedal on the right side of the bike. Ensuring the bike is still level, check the fluid level with a flashlight. The fluid level should be above the minimum indicator mark on the reservoir body. Before adding fluid, wipe the area with a clean cloth. Then remove the two cover fasteners. Remove the cover and diaphragm. Do not allow brake fluid to contact painted surfaces, or paint damage may occur. Add fluid as needed. Do not overfill. Reinstall the diaphragm, cover, and fasteners. Torque the fasteners to specification. Clean any residual fluid off the vehicle to prevent paint damage. Next, inspect for leaks on the banjo bolts at the rear master cylinder. Follow the rear brake line from the rear brake reservoir to the ABS module. Continue by following the rear brake lines to the rear caliper, looking for any leaks, kinks, or damage. Also, ensure the brake line retainers are properly secured. Inspect the banjo bolts for leaks at the rear caliper. Then inspect the rear brake pads and rotors, and replace any that are worn to their minimum thickness. Also inspect the rear ABS tone ring and wheel sensor. If inspection reveals a need for service or replacement, see your authorized Indian motorcycle dealer. For more information, see your authorized Indian motorcycle dealer or visit indianmotorcycle.com.